Hey, how's it going, everybody?
You are wired, man.
Man, I'm all caffeinated up. It's a Dr. Pepper night.
Oh
How you doing, Kevin?
How long have you been drinking Dr. Pepper? All day long?
I've had like 24 Diet Cokes, and then now I'm transitioning to Dr. Pepper.
That's scary.
Awesome. Awesome, baby.
Diet Coke will give you brain damage. Dr. Pepper will give you diabetes. So you're on a good track to
I guess.
a healthy future.
It's all good. Hey, how you doing? We got Andrew.
Yeah, it's a Blue Zone episode.
I never said I was Blue Zone. I just appreciate Blue Zone. Hey, welcome everybody to How to Be a Texan. How you doing, Kevin?
Good. I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm not quite as caffeinated as you are.
I could do jumping jacks. I could do some push-ups. I could do whatever right now if I needed to because I'm wired and ready to go and excited about another episode talking to you about an important topic.
All right.
So, Kevin, today
Andrew's here with us today.
just ignoring him because he's stuffing his face. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
I'm good.
That's even better.
I'm going to have my mic muted a lot.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good. We love you, buddy. It's all good. Well, today we thought we'd talk about Dr. Pepper. And so you ask, why in the world would we talk about Dr. Pepper on a How to Be a Texan show?
Why in the world would we talk about that?
I don't know. Why would we?
Episode?
Well, because Dr. Pepper is Texas born.
Yeah.
It's a Texas soft drink. And it's in the top 10, baby.
I'm
10.
surprised it's not like top 2.
Yeah. You know what? And so I already asked you this, so that's cheating because before we were just shooting the bull, and I said, hey, what are the top 4 selling soft drinks in the country? And you guys all guessed wrong. And so I'll just quickly say it's Coke because there's no point in asking again because you already know the answer. So it's Coke and Pepsi. It's always that battle between Coke and Pepsi. Coke, Pepsi, Diet Coke, and then the newcomer, Mountain Dew, which is a dentist's worst nightmare
That's
of a
horrible.
friend. Yeah, it's terrible for your teeth.
I think you meant to say top 4 best-selling Cokes.
Sodas.
Cokes.
Well, that is a Texas thing,
Yes,
right?
it
You
is.
go up to the Northeast and it's
Coke.
like, hey, can I get a Coke?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, okay, yeah, let me get you. No, you may want a Dr. Pepper.
Exactly. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Good point, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. So Dr. Pepper, so let's talk about that a little bit. What's the origin, Kevin, of Dr. Pepper?
I think it started in a drugstore in Waco, Texas. I think a lot of these soft drinks started at, I think Coca-Cola started that way too.
Right.
Like they were just these, drugstores that had a soda fountain and they would mix, their own proprietary recipe. And
That's right.
a couple of them really went viral. Like Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, and that kind of thing.
You ever listen to that podcast by Micro? Those short stories by Micro?
No.
Oh, my gosh. They're so fun because they're clever and they're just short, and he does all these. Anyway, he made up one is a biography on, how the snow cones were generated. And and Dr. Pepper is just like that. It's a pharmacist, Charles Alderton, in Waco in 1885. Can you believe that? 1885. That's over 100 years ago.
Yes, it is.
1885 is far, far before I was born. I was not born in 1885. I was born after that. So anyway, it was this drugstore in Waco, Texas, owned by Wade Morrison. Legend had it that Morrison named it Dr. Pepper after a father of a young girl he once was in love with. Isn't that
Supposedly, yeah.
Supposedly,
that's one of the stories. I think there's a couple.
Oh,
but do you know why drugstores started making these things?
No,
they thought that in early days, way before the 1800s, they thought that mineral water had health benefits.
Oh, yeah.
And so once they invented carbonation, they thought, we can kind of fake it and create something that's healthy.
Right.
And they were trying to also create a healthy alternative to alcoholic drinks.
Right.
So they started calling them soft drinks. So
did
some of these drugstores were actually promoting them as a healthy drink.
Have you ever been told to go drink a Dr. Pepper for health benefits?
Not Dr. Pepper, but I always was told to go drink Sprite, like if I had a stomach ache or something.
I was told to go drink a Coke or something. It'll settle your stomach down.
Yeah, I was told Sprite for that.
Yeah. Now, Sprite was far more prevalent, but I was told, go drink a Dr. Pepper, go drink a Coke as a kid by like my grandmother.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, this will go settle your stomach down.
A lot of it was like that's what they thought back then when they were making this stuff.
I have a theory on that.
All right, what is it?
Because I drink sparkling water anytime I have like an upset stomach.
Oh.
And I found it just makes me burp a lot, and then I feel better after I burp a lot.
I think that's what it is.
Well, there you go. All right.
Just get the burp out.
Get
You got
that.
some built-up gas.
Well, it does help to get it out.
That's Andrew on Dr. Pepper. So that's why like these drugstores were making this stuff because they were positioning it as a kind of a healthy thing. And also drugstores used to have like soda fountains and stuff like that in there.
You ever hear the term soda jerk?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
It's the guys because they would pull the handles on those soda machines.
Okay.
And
I
so
wish
they
we
start
had
calling them
more
a
of
jerk.
those. I wish we had more of those. You know, those corner little ice cream shops where you could just go and...
I know.
I love that.
My mom worked in one like in the 70s when I was like 5 years old. She worked at Skiller's. You remember Skiller's?
Skiller's, yeah.
She worked at the food. They had like a food bar. You could order sandwiches and sodas and milkshakes and all kinds of stuff. She worked there, and I remember I'd go there after school. And when you put your order in, they'd give you a little number on a piece of paper. And I thought that was the coolest part was I would get this little I was a 5-year-old kid. Yeah, I got my little number. And, then they'd call my name, and I'd get my order.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah, we don't have those anymore. Now it's just like CVS.
I
And
wish we had more
Beth
of those.
Marie's in Denton.
Oh, I have been
They
there.
do sodas.
That's amazing.
they do, but it's not a drugstore. Skiller's is like a drugstore
Right.
environment,
Yeah.
But, yeah, Beth Marie's is good. They do the old school sodas and
Yeah.
malts and all that kind of stuff.
That's really good. Okay, well, hey, let's talk about, do you think Dr. Pepper is good for you?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about that lady. Let's talk about the old lady, right? So you guys remember my Blue Zone episode, right? About the most prevalent places where the centenarians live, and none of those places happen to be in Texas,
Right.
which is too bad.
And I don't think any of the research included Dr. Pepper either. I don't know.
No, but the sweet old lady that we're about to talk about, she certainly is a believer.
Elizabeth Sullivan
Yeah,
from Fort Worth, Texas.
such a great story. Do you have audio on her?
I do. This
Okay.
is her. I think this was recorded when she was 104.
Okay.
This stuff is good. It's got sugar in it, and two doctors have told me that if I drink it, I will die, but they died first.
So she
great.
claims her secret to living long was drinking Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
every day.
It's like 3 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing, too. They had this brilliant marketing campaign where they said you should drink Dr. Pepper at 10, 2, and 6.
Oh.
And I think some of the old cans even had that printed like a little clock with 10, 2, and 6.
You ever play Dr. Pepper in poker?
No.
There's a poker game, and when you're playing stud or 5-card draw or whatever, you say, we're going to play Dr. Pepper. And it's 10s. So these are wild cards. 10s, 2s, 4s, and one-eyed jacks.
Oh.
Those are the wild cards, and it's called Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's right. It's 10, 2, and 4.
Yeah, you're
right?
supposed to have a Dr. Pepper at 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock.
And 4, yeah.
And then, I don't know about the one-eyed jacks. What's that? Is that on their logo or
I have
something?
no idea what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So
anyway, she lived to be 106 years old.
Oh, she's dead?
She's dead now.
Oh,
yeah.
poor
I mean,
thing.
give her a break, Kyle. She was 106.
She was representing.
Yeah.
You know?
You thought we were going to have her on here. Didn't you?
Well.
Laugh.
Well, that's fine. See, that just goes to prove that, you can live a long time and just whatever.
But no, I don't think any soft drinks are healthy for you at all. I think they're the worst thing you could possibly put into your body.
So, see, I am a huge advocate against that position because
because you live in a world of denial.
I drink like a fish.
I know.
I drink these suckers like they're going out of style. So, hey, I don't have many vices in life, right? So, Will, I'm telling you, I don't have many vices. And so,
Sure.
well, at least that's what I tell myself.
Sure.
But I'll tell you, Diet Cokes are. And so my family is a huge, huge fan of the Dr. Pepper class. Now, I'm not, but everybody else is. So we go to Sonic every day. The Sonic, whatever, you go get and we generally go in the morning. But then we'll a lot of times circle back to happy hour because it's 2 to 4 and you get half price drinks. But now on the app, you get them half price anyway, which is awesome if you do, which anyway, more you wanted to know. But so when I go, I have to get all these Diet Dr. Peppers for all my whole family. So Amy gets Diet Dr. Pepper, Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper, cherry vanilla. Luke gets his own thing. Cole gets his own thing. Caroline gets his own thing, whatever. All Diet Dr. Peppers.
So I don't drink soft drinks hardly ever.
Okay.
But if I do, regular Dr. Pepper to me is the best flavor. And I think the Diet Dr. Pepper is the worst.
Yeah.
It is absolutely horrid. I mean, it's just it's like they took Dr. Pepper and tried to say, okay, how can we make this taste really, really bad?
So I'll tell you right now, Dr. Pepper is not going to reach out to you to be their biggest advocate
Not for diet.
on marketing.
But for
proponent.
regular Dr. Pepper, I would drink this over any other, like Coke or anything else. I would.
Okay.
The flavor, I think, is really good. Did you read in these articles how what he was trying to achieve with that flavor? Because it is a unique flavor.
23 unique whatever flavors in there.
He said that he liked the smell of the drugstore, so he was trying to recreate a taste that matched the smell of the drugstore.
Oh, that's fun.
How weird is that?
That is fun.
I was smelling our stuff that we have, and I thought it smelled like cleaning liquid or something.
Oh, well, again, I don't think they're going to ask you to be a marketing proponent either.
I mean, I think it tastes delicious.
It does taste amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the 23 flavors?
I don't know. It's a secret.
We should know that.
No, it's a secret.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
in fact,
we're saying we should see that. We're starting a change.org petition.
no, I don't care. But would
it's
think,
such a secret that they took. One of the things I read was the recipe is split into 2 different pieces of paper, and they're stored in 2 different vaults.
Okay.
In completely separate places. So even if you manage to break into one of these facilities and steal the recipe, you only get half of it.
Okay.
That's how secretive they are.
All right.
About it.
That is good.
Yeah. It makes sense because it's a very unique flavor. How would you even begin to try to recreate that?
I don't know, but it is good. Hey, did I ever tell you the story about the time I got 4 cavities?
I'm going to tell you a couple of stories.
Not Trump. That's Trump, right?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. I hope we have Bernie join us at some point as well.
He could. He may.
Yeah,
you never
okay.
know. He
Well,
likes to just pop in.
He unexpectedly joined us, last episode, which was shocking. But regardless. Anyway, so one time when I was 21, 22 years old, I'd had great teeth. I've always had great teeth. I've been blessed with great teeth. So I'm at college. I went to Baylor, and
That sounded like Trump, didn't it?
I've always said,
Always has great teeth. My
Great.
teeth fantastic.
My teeth are amazing. People tell me all the time, my teeth are great.
okay, nobody tells me my teeth are great. I'm just saying that I've been blessed with, I had never had cavities or whatever before. But I'm at college, and I'm drinking 6 Cokes a day or Dr. Peppers a day or whatever. So anyway, I go to the dentist one time a year, and he's like, dude, you got 4 cavities at the same time.
From Dr. Pepper?
Well, he said, do you drink a lot of Cokes or Dr. Peppers? I said, yeah, I'm in college. I drink them all day. And he's like, that's like a sugar bath over your teeth all day. Switch to diets. That night, I literally went and I bought a 12-pack of diet whatever, Cokes or Diet Dr. Peppers, and I switched. I never looked back. I can't drink regular Coke or Dr. Pepper because it tastes like syrup to me. So you say you prefer that.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm a pure diet guy.
I'm drinking the diet right now. I think it tastes pretty good.
I
That's
enjoy
Diet Dr. Pepper?
No, I enjoy the Diet Dr. Pepper.
I've never liked that flavor. Let me taste it.
But it's secondary. So if
It does taste more Splenda-y than Diet Coke, though. I think Diet Coke tastes better than Diet
It's got
Dr.
that
Pepper.
fake artificial sweetener flavor.
okay,
It's
so
just
you guys. Okay, so both
makes
of
me vomit.
you, Kevin and Andrew, are very uppity about their coffee.
I
their
think
coffee
I think
flavor.
it tastes good.
No.
So he said it tastes good.
Okay, but I'm saying, if you give me a cup of Folgers coffee, I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. That's wonderful coffee. And you guys are like,
It's wonderful coffee.
that is trash,
Yeah.
And I'll be my palate doesn't appreciate the difference between all that. Whereas you guys are experts in coffee, and you're like, oh, that's horrific. I can't believe you're drinking that trash. You need this, whatever, Guatemalan farmer, whatever.
Guatemalan farmer.
Yeah.
We have a buddy up there.
Something like this. So it's the same thing. It's like my taste for diet, whatever, Splenda with all the stuff that's making me forget all of my short-term memory. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I appreciate. I love that. I just love it.
But I will agree with you. This is super, super sweet, which is why I rarely ever drink a soft drink. I just don't. I drink iced tea or, beer.
But yeah, well, that's
wine,
slightly different. Okay,
water.
But I will say that Sammy the Laugh Track is here as well, joining us. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy brought in for our viewing and drinking pleasure.
Viewing pleasure.
Rest of you.
Well, she did. She said she spent $20 of her own money on this, and she brought in.
It was my money that she spent.
She said it was her money, so I believe her over you.
I paid you for it, so that means it was my money.
Okay. Father-daughter
No,
strife.
I literally used my own money for this.
Okay. So what she did is she brought in all these different flavors, which are fantastic. Thank you so much, Sammy. And they taste wonderful.
So let's taste these. I think we've tried diet and regular. What
Yeah.
else? We've got the 10 and we've got the cherry. Let's taste these real quick.
Yeah, DP10 is one of my family favorites. We love Dr. Pepper 10. It's only got 10 bowl-tasting calories per serving. So it's in between. So it's in between diet and non-diet.
Oh, I see.
That's
Diet
why it's
is 0-0, right?
Yeah, it's 0.
Yeah.
And then she brought in a Dr. Pepper with cherry flavor, and I'm sure that tastes amazing as well.
I actually learned something pretty interesting. Coke has 2 different zero sugar options.
They have Coke Zero and Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And they taste fundamentally different.
Yeah, because
This one is much better.
Diet
than
Coke
standard
supposedly
diet, I
has
think.
like a
No, they're really good.
lighter taste.
So Coke Zero, I'm not a fan of that at all.
Really? It's
No.
it's supposed to be more like classic Coke.
Yeah,
right?
it tastes a lot like regular Coke. So true
I saw-
Coke drinkers.
I saw that at Panda Express.
I can
today,
taste
and
the
I was
cherry.
Like, why are there 2 different zero sugar options? And then I looked
Yeah.
it up, and there you go.
Yeah, when they came out with Splenda, they had to release a Splenda version. And so
Yeah.
they call it Coke Zero.
So let's go back to Dr. Pepper.
So just a quick update on that. So we just tasted all of them.
yes, very satisfying.
Dr. Pepper 10, I think, is better than Diet.
We love
It's a
it.
step in the right direction.
We love that.
And then the cherry, I can definitely taste the cherry flavor. Sammy said she couldn't detect the cherry.
Oh yeah.
I just
that
feel
one.
like I don't have any of the cherry right now, but I feel like cherry Dr. Pepper would be kind of redundant.
Oh, because it does
Dr.
have that
Pepper-
sweet kind of cherryish flavor.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper on its own, I've always considered kind
But
of like a cherry.
Taste it and you'll see it's just like it jacked up the cherry.
Just hyper extended the cherry.
Yeah.
As one of the it's clearly one of the 23 flavors, cherry in there, right? It's clearly.
I don't
that
know.
one only has 20 flavors. They replaced the other 3 with just 3
Just
parts
more
of
cherry.
Straight cherry, or maybe has it 24th, kind of like Spinal Tap. And
One
these go
thing
to
that
11.
I'm pretty sure is that Dr. Pepper is definitely 100% prune juice.
No, it's not. You don't immediately go to the bathroom right after you drink it.
No, but do you remember that? There was a rumor for like when
that
we
it?
were kids that it had prune juice in it.
Well, yeah, I remember that. And you know what? My mother, God rest her soul, she put in some of this medicine into Dr. Pepper once as a kid to kind of hide it, and she made me drink that. Oh my gosh, I couldn't get over that for years. That's probably why I'm a Coke guy.
For years.
Yeah, to this day, and I'm 100. So yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, it's awful. Okay, so let's talk about Dr. Pepper just a little bit. So right now, kind of the Dr. Pepper as it stands, corporate headquarters in Plano, Texas, which that's great. So it's a big employer for all of our Texas friends. But it also merged. So it's part of what? Dr. Pepper Snapple Group now, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper Snapple Group, DPSG.
Rolls off the tongue.
They own a bunch of stuff, right?
They own a ton.
What all do they own?
So they've got Snapple, Dr. Pepper 7-Up, A&W Root Beer, Sunkissed, Canada Dry, which we are huge fans of Canada Dry. We get that Diet Canada Dry. Oh my gosh, that stuff's
Diet Canada
awesome.
Dry.
It tastes just the same.
Is it ginger ale?
Yeah, and
Oh.
you can put all kinds of fun stuff in there.
Yeah.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just saying. And then Hawaiian Punch, Schweppes. I'm not as familiar with Schweppes. Isn't that like a ginger ale as well?
No, I read about that guy in doing this. This was the guy that invented like carbonated water back in the 1700s. or
Mr.
something.
Schwepp.
Mr. Schweppes. Yeah.
I'd like to see you in a spelling contest having to spell Schweppes. Because you wouldn't do it.
Schweppes.
That is a very bad.
SCHWEPPS.
And then
That's
He
wrong.
schweps the floor.
And then they own RC Cola, Diet Right. You know what? A lot of people think that RC Cola and Dr. Pepper taste a lot alike. And then I've heard a lot of people say Dr. Pepper and root beer taste a lot alike, which I don't think so
No.
at all.
No.
I'm just saying. I've had people tell me that.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of conversations about soft drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Slush Puppy, frozen drinks, Mott's apple juice, Clamato. I don't know what Clamato. It sounds like an STD. Mr. and Mrs. T, Holland House
that the other
mixers.
day.
Yeah, Clamato is like tomato juice with clam juice in it.
Being a healthcare guy, that sounds very bad.
It does sound like a bad diagnosis, but
We had that the other day whenever y'all came over.
remember when Jay,
Oh, yeah.
Jay came over?
Yeah.
He had Clamato juice.
It sounds terrible.
He mixed it with beer.
I'm not going to drink that. They also own Mystic, Roses, Yoo-Hoo,
Yoo-hoo.
Orangino. Who was that? Was that like a Three Stooges drop?
I love Yoo-hoo.
Oh my gosh. Orangina, IBC.
I'm out there 6 days a week hauling Yoo-hoo.
My gosh.
From Seinfeld, man. What's
it
wrong
had,
with you?
Had to be.
Oh, the
something.
Yoo-hoo?
And then IBC. IBC is another root beer, which is fantastic. And then Stewart's, and then Nantucket Nectars.
So all these companies kind of merged together over the
all-
years, and
Yeah. When's the last time you had a Snapple?
it's been a little while.
Me too.
That was pretty big for a while.
Oh, it
though.
was huge.
Yeah.
And they were great.
Yeah.
I heard a story on a podcast today about this at this dude's school who hosts this podcast. A kid, there was like a lot of gang stuff going on, and one kid hit another kid over the top with like a full Snapple.
Oh,
Those
really?
are thick and
That's-
short and stout bottles,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it put the kid in a coma.
oh, wow. That's very sad. I hope they're not suing Snapple over that.
That's horrible.
That's a great story, but thanks for
First thing
adding.
that popped up into my head.
Yeah.
I was listening to that today.
Yeah, thanks for adding. That's really uplifting.
Yeah, no problem.
It's really uplifting.
But
You're bringing me down,
But
dude.
the good news about that is that if you come out of the coma, then you'll have an excuse as to why you're not good at your math anymore. I mean, that's what I would do.
Because you got brain damage from being hit in the head with a Snapple.
Yeah. You're like, sorry, I can't do my math homework.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do we have on Dr. Pepper? So we're tickled that Dr. Pepper is a Texas brand made in, I'm sure it's made all over the world, but they're produced here, right?
You know what really launched it?
No?
The 1904 World's Fair.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Where was that, in Dallas?
No, it was in, I think, New Orleans.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
And apparently that World's Fair launched, I think, Coca-Cola also.
Okay.
Oh, no, this says it was in St. Louis, actually. I don't know why I thought New Orleans. So St. Louis. Coca-Cola was launched there. Hamburgers and hot dogs, I think, both were launched there, too. This was like the big, junk food launch in 1904.
Right, I see that.
Big cancer launch
It
of
was.
1904.
It set the stage for the entire century.
Oh, it was in St. Louis.
St.
I'm
Louis.
reading that right now. So
Yeah.
it was in St. Louis. And he had the original guy, he also had a chemist, Robert Lazenby, who helped him kind of perfect the beverage, Morrison. And, so that's good. So it started bottling it in 1891. And, Hey, there is a unique little twist to this. I used to have a deer lease down in Junction. I've told you about that. And on the way down to my deer lease from Dallas to Junction, I had to go through Dublin, Texas. And,
Yep.
And Dublin, just a little aside on that, they had their own plant. So this was really founded in Waco. And down in Waco, if you go through Waco now, that's where Chip and Joanna Gaines have basically taken over all of Waco now, which is so cool, with all the Magnolia this and that and the Fixer Upper this and that, which is really cool. But there's still a Dr. Pepper museum in Waco, which is really cool. But there was a offshoot over in Dublin. And Dublin is basically west of Waco, I don't know, 75, 90 miles, something like that. And they did a unique recipe for Dr. Pepper where instead of using this high fructose sugar, they used cane sugar. And it gave it a very unique, much different kind of a sweet flavor to it. And people love that. Now, the sad story is I don't think they make that anymore. I think they shut that down about 15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and you can get a version of Coke with cane sugar. That's what they sell in Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had that, and I prefer the cane sugar.
What do they call that in Mexico? It's Coca Real or something like that.
I don't know.
It's a different name.
I don't know.
I'm sure I can Google it.
I was looking at this Dublin Bottle Works.
Yeah.
And because you see all these there's lots of Dublin sodas that you can go buy.
Yeah, not Dublin, Ireland. Dublin.
No, Dublin, Texas.
Texas.
They make these Dublin soda brands
I've
also.
seen those, yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Whenever I went
This-
to go get the Dr. Pepper,
They had the Dublin version.
Oh, Sammy's saying that she could have gotten some of that.
This says that it's the oldest bottling plant in Texas.
but I didn't.
She didn't get it. Yeah.
This says it's the oldest bottling plant in Texas, more than 120 years.
Hey, can you play
They've been
some of
doing
those
that.
marketing little jazzy gigs that used to play in the dine-in, the drive-ins?
This one?
Yeah, I just remember those.
No, this is a commercial.
Oh yeah.
Cause it's the perfect taste for me. That original taste, you know.
So bad.
Making peppers everywhere I go. There's boating peppers, toting peppers, cooking peppers,
It is
cooking
nice.
peppers. Wouldn't you
I
like
like
to
that.
be a pepper too?
Oh yeah, that.
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Yeah, wouldn't you like to be a pepper
That was a
too? And then I'm a
marketing thing.
pepper, you're a pepper, we're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Mm-hmm. What a great song.
Then there's this video on YouTube where it has all of these old famous artists singing about Dr. Pepper.
Oh really?
And I pulled out one from... Okay, see if you can name this artist, Andrew.
Glenn Campbell.
No.
This old world keeps turning and most
No.
folks follow along.
No.
But some
Wait,
gotta
listen to the
play their
words,
own
though.
way. Some gotta sing a different song. They give life its flavor, a little style and
It's not B.B. King.
And that's what Dr.
It is?
Pepper has.
What a
B.B.
great-
King.
What a great guess.
Listen.
B.B.
It's not a cola. It's much, much, much more.
Sing it!
It's not
Baby.
a root beer. There are root beers by the score.
There's
I-
a whole video of all these old-timey guys
I
singing
didn't know.
about Dr. Pepper.
I didn't know.
They
I'm
were
just
very
proud that I
passionate.
actually nailed it. It's kind of like we should play Name That Tune, and I'll just see how good or bad I
Okay,
am.
so name this artist.
Dr. Pepper, feeling so clean, it don't get no fresher.
No,
Chillin'
I got
in the
nothing.
freezer when I'm under pressure. Dr. Pepper,
I got nothing.
Dr. Pepper,
It's not Nicki Minaj, right?
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
That sounds like her.
Chillin' in the freezer.
I hear you playing that all the time. in
Nicki
your truck.
Minaj?
No, that.
No, I don't play that.
You're
song.
the guy rolling around here in Argyle on your big rims.
Yeah, no, I'm not playing that. But hey, I appreciate that. It's a great art form.
It is. Actually, that's really cool if you listen to it.
Dr. Pepper,
Who is that?
feeling so clean.
CL and Diplo.
CL and Diplo. Okay.
In the freezer when I'm under
No,
pressure.
I got nothing.
Dr. Pepper.
So the story behind that one is she was supposedly gonna do some work with Diplo, and he kept kind of blowing her off, and so
Oh.
she was sitting there drinking a Dr. Pepper, trying to, communicate with. She's I think from South Korea or something like that. And so anyway, she had this Dr. Pepper there, so she just like wrote this thing and then sent it to him, and
I do like
the
this.
rest is history.
Oh, that's a
One
great.
of Diplo's most okay songs.
That's a good story. Hey, I'm going back to the origin here, and for some reason, why is it that Dr. Pepper said that they're not a cola? You remember that in the history?
Yeah, because they're not cola. They don't have cola in that.
Right.
You know what cola is, right?
Not at all.
Cola is
It's a bean.
Yeah, it's like a bean thing. It's a flavor. So that's
Oh.
what Coke is made from.
Oh, so it truly is.
Or RC Cola, that's why it's cola flavor. Pepsi Cola is cola flavor. So it's a different flavor.
Okay.
So they had to, differentiate themselves and say, no, we're not a cola. We're
Okay.
much different than Coke.
Well, a federal
Pepsi.
court said that in 1963. They said that the unique flavor kept it from being a cola product.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
I don't even know why it was ever it had to go to court.
Yeah, federal court, 1963.
Why'd they have to go to court?
I don't know. Wonder if you remember Perry Mason? You ever watch Perry Mason growing up?
I used to love
that's
that.
good. I
I
wonder,
used to watch that every Sunday
wonder if
night.
Perry Mason took that quick case.
He probably did.
That would have been good.
That's probably what broke his career for him.
You can get half a pound of cola nuts for $10 on
Yeah.
Amazon.
I don't know about that. Well, all right. This is really interesting. Have we got any other interesting tidbits about Dr. Pepper, the history, and
what
the
have we
greatness
hit?
of it?
We've hit the name. We've hit where it came from. We hit the World's Fair. We hit Dublin. We hit the music.
Oh, here's another thing. Did you know there's no period in the name?
They took it out. Originally there was.
Oh.
And they took it out, I think, around the 1950s.
Well, yeah, 1950s. But you know what? That's bad grammar. I'll just say that right now. I'm like a grammatician, and that's bad grammar.
They don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a logo.
Yeah. Oh, and then they say
grammatician.
it's not just for drinking cold. Have you ever had hot Dr. Pepper?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
We should do that after this podcast. We'll heat some up.
Let's do it.
You're supposed to heat it to 180 degrees.
Yeah, and then
pour it over a lemon, right?
Yeah, you put a little lemon in there, and you're good. It's a holiday staple, apparently.
Sounds horrible.
Holiday staple.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then I'm just trying to think, Roanoke, what is Roanoke? They say they can't get enough of it. Dr. Pepper, capital of the world. It doesn't make any sense.
Roanoke, Texas?
No, Mississippi.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. People in Roanoke, Mississippi, that's all good.
Roanoke, Texas.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great. Hey, I love Dr. Pepper, and I love talking about it. You know, the fun thing is when you just scan through all the old Dr. Pepper memorabilia and the marketing ads, it is so cool just to see all the various kind of spiels that they've had over the time. They used to have these little dancing drinks come in to the drive-in movie theater and the little cute songs and all that. It's just fun to think about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Down memory road.
Great marketing.
Yeah, I like
Be
that.
a pepper.
I'm a pepper.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not. I'm a coker.
You're a cokehead.
Well, I hope not. But it's
horrible,
My
Kyle.
family are a bunch of peppers.
Yeah.
My whole family are a bunch of peppers. So, yeah, wouldn't you like to be a pepper, too?
I am a pepper.
Okay. You're not. Liar.
I'm a pepper.
All right. Well, hey, it's Texas greatness. Dr. Pepper. All right. Well, appreciate that. Anything else you want to venture out on?
Nothing else. That's
Okay.
all I got. I'm just going to sit here and drink the rest of these 25 cans of Dr. Pepper
We've
tonight.
got a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of belching to come.
Sammy
so.
overachieved on that.
Sammy's
At least
the
it
best.
does.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate y'all listening in. You guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you later.
Look us up on Spreaker, Google Play, iTunes. Leave us a review. Adios.
All right. Adios. See you later.
Bye.
Loogie in my throat.
I hit record.
All right.
You said loogie in your
That'll be a good sound clip.
All right, y'all go.